in at the 3 slot. And for Atlanta, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. Now here is Robinson. Pass to Randall. Shot clock at 6. Collins grabs the miss.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
And good that time. And in tonight's game, pride definitely bred at stake. When you were with the Spurs, or any of the teams, talk about some of the epic conference rivalries you played in.
Well, I always go back to playing against the Phoenix Suns in the 7 seconds or less Steve Nash-led teams, along with Amari Stoudemire, and what Mike D'Antoni was introducing to the game back in 2005, 2006, which, by the way, Kevin, everybody's doing now.
Right, yeah.
But tremendous talent on the court at that time, tremendous disparity in style of play, and watching Steve Nash during MVP years trying to conduct his team against the vaunted Spurs. Fantastic, incredibly competitive matchups.
And a lot of speed. I mean, it was eye-opening to watch.
And it was the Spurs trying to catch up. So how are we going to do the rock'em sock'em game against the 7 seconds or less? We kind of took care of it.
Yeah. No good on the free throw. Well, Greg, it took some time for Bogdanovich to make it over to the NBA, but you can see why he was worth the wait.
And Bogdanovich showed some flashes of his great shooting that rookie year and only improved on that last season. Still, you know, in his mid-20s, he should only continue to get better as he adjusts to the NBA.
And he sinks the second. And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Robinson, that's good.
Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
Collins up top. He's defended by Randall. Collins dishes to Young. Off target with his 3. For New York, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Randall outside. New York moving it around. Young against Rose. Robinson kicks to Harkless. Over Hunter, trying to get open is Randall, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Here's Bogdanovich. Robinson with the block. And a fast break now for New York. Randall no good.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
And nice dime from Hunter there. An unselfish player who knows how to look for his teammates.
Rose passes to Harkless. Now Robinson. Pass to Barrett. Knocked loose and stolen by Bogdanovich. Barrett brings the double team. Bogdanovich finds Capella. Hunter, and it's blocked. And they're moving it up. Here's Harkless, and he finishes the break with a lay-in.
Great effort and gets in a little razzle-dazzle at the end of that one.
Yeah, why not? Show a little creativity, get inside, move that ball around, just make sure you score.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Pass to Hunter. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich.
Got to have good court awareness, and it was on display right there from Bogdanovich.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I talked with Coach David Fizdale, One player who's on his mind in this matchup is Clint Capella, an extremely mobile and athletic 7-footer. Coach said he's a star in his role, defense and vertical spacing. Kevin, we'll see how they handle it.
Thank you, David.
Well, Randall finding out some creative ways how to score on the inside, becoming smarter and more adept at doing so.
Young for 3. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Rose against Young. Unable to get that one. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Down low. And finished off by Collins.
Someone's open. Trae Young scanning and finds him.
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for New York. They trail by 6. Banked in off the glass.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Young, following the score by Derrick Rose. Collins in the post, defended by Harkless. Got a piece of it. To the paint. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Barrett.
And you love to see Rose aggressively looking to score on the inside.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Young kicks to Bogdanovich. Back to Young. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Young's got 7 points in the game.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
To the inside. Here's Randall. And the rejection by Collins.
No, sir. Collins sending that one away. Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Now, here is Robinson. The pass to Barrett over Bogdanovich. And here's Barrett. From deep. Hunter grabs the miss.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
And coming from a background with player development for head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Well, I think he's great at just being a cheerleader and a confidence builder for this young team. I believe that to be a good fit here in Atlanta. He brings a great hands-on approach, and very, very important for him to think about player development as these young guys grow together.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. The shot, no good.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Young. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Harkless. Back to Rose. The feed to Randall. Outside for Robinson. Rebound by the Hawks.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Rose against Young. There's the dish to Capella. Back to Young. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, as good as he is offensively, the challenge for Trae Young as the years go on here is to stand up defensively and shut down whoever he's guarding. Small and slender. If he can become just a little bit above average on that floor, that's a huge win for the entire team.
The Hawks have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And he makes the first. And he said he's eager to change the narrative about his defensive shortcomings. But, Brent, what does Trae Young need to do to improve there?
Well, I think he has to look at the approach that Steph Curry had. You remember with the Warriors, a lot of questions about Steph not being able to guard his position and shifting off with Clay. You know, Trae's got to accept that challenge as much as he's trying to lead this team offensively. If he can show defensively he can be consistent, that's going to go a long way for these young Hawks.
Now here's Rose. 6 points for him. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Gallinari outside. Inside. Great D that time from Portis. Knicks trail by 6. Here's Harkless in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. Hawks have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Young against Rose. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Young's got 13.
Yeah, the top scorers in this league, like Trae Young could be, they get buckets when it's not easy to get buckets.
Now here's Harkless. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Right side Rose. Rose double teamed. Just 4 to shoot. Portis can't get it to go.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
They get it back. Gallinari with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Capella. Robinson with the block. And now the Knicks on the break. Barrett is running. The shot by Harkless, no good. To the paint. Here's Bogdanovich. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Tons and tons of playing time to be had in New York for Coach Fizdale. Second round players, second chance players. A lot of these guys are going to get their shot. Of course, R.J. Barrett, the guy they're going to lean on most to see what he's capable of doing and how quickly he can learn. But the Knicks have a ton of developing to do this year.
First one falls for him. And last season, Brent, guys like Robinson, Dotson, and Moutier, they all got to see the floor for the Knicks.
Yeah, those moments helped, although all of those guys are not back with the Knicks this coming season. But that younger talent getting out on the NBA floor for actual NBA minutes could help them to play a pivotal role moving forward for those players.
No good on the second free throw. When it comes to hustle and effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important, and sometimes, with the win-or-loss in the balance?
And I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. Yeah. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverly, who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court. But, those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right. 1:53 left here in the first quarter. Portis, the pass to Harkless. Gallinari brings the double team, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here are the Knicks. Rebound, Atlanta. Capella's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Young kicks to Bogdanovich. Knocks it loose. Up top, Capella. Outside, Collins. 5 on the clock. Offensive rebound. And it's Capella missing. Knicks trail by 5. 1:07 left in the first. Some solid defense from Gallinari. And Young, here we go. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Yeah, the threat of Trae Young. We talk so much about gravity in the NBA. It's unlocking some other scoring options. Strong take.
Now here's Payton. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Barrett. No good. Shot missing. Collins with some nice D. Bogdanovich passes to Gallinari. A second chance effort. Here's Capella. And at last they get one to fall. And now it's a 9-point Hawks lead. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. With the teardrop, Atlanta with the rebound. Capella's got 11 rebounds in the game.
Well, his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
And they've been the more physical team offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
Atlanta shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And the first one drops.
His versatility, at least for Gallinari, is something that's so important for coaches to utilize. He's capable of stretching the floor the way he shoots it.
Gallinari hits them both.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Here's Payton. Here's Robinson. And Capella sends it back. And so it's Atlanta. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys. You know, she breaks herself off daily. You know, I always try to pride myself in hard work also because how hard she worked for me.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a very convincing performance here from the Hawks so far.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
John Collins is out there with Gallinari. Then it's Trae Young. Then it's Williams. And it's Fernando in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Young against Payton. To the inside. Harkless. Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Here's Young. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Payton right side. Outside Portis. The three-pointer off the mark.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Williams passes to Fernando. Here's Young. It's rebounded by Portis. Knicks trail by 13. And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA, but now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
Williams can't get it to go. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Here's Collins after the made shot from Mo Harkless. And here's Young from the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. Young's got the lead up to 14 now for the Hawks.
You start getting the feeling that Trae Young is going to be one of those guys that once he gets into his three-point motion, count it.
Payton kicks to Harkless. From deep three-point range. Rebound, Atlanta. Down low. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. They push it up 4 on 3. Trier passes to Payton, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Payton's got his first 2 points.
Well, saw the opportunity, did Elfrid Payton, and inside capitalized.
Pass to Fernando. Williams dishes to Young. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And that's now 22 points for Trae Young.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Here's Trier. He's guarded by Collins. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Brett, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically, but certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
And even with the shift from Budenholzer to Pierce, the Hawks continue to rely on the three as much as any team.
No doubt about it. I think the front office still accentuating the fact that they want to find some floor spacers after that 19th pick in John Collins, a guy that can rim run and protect the middle. They wanted to go after as much shooting as they possibly could.
And here is Payton after Lou Williams was able to get the three to go.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Now here's Payton. Danilo Gallinari unable to get his last shot to go.
Now, good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Here's Young. Makes it off the glass. Young's got 24.
You know, that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Knicks trail by 17. Passes it to Harkless. The pass to Noel. Outside Portis. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by Williams. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Floats one up. That's tipped, and he recovers it. Gallinari. And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Taj Gibson's checked in for New York. Rose comes in for Elfrid Payton. Knicks trail by 17. Here's Trier. No points in the game yet for him. From 12 feet out. That one wide left. Gallinari outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his third assist on the night. Young against Rose. Kicks it to Gibson. Harkless on the wing. He's got 10. Goes back up. And Noel lays it up and in.
Great to have Noel active like that, proving how dangerous he can be on the inside.
Williams scanning the floor. Rose against Young. Pass to Hunter. Knicks with the rebound. Gallinari brings the double team to the middle. Here's Noel. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Williams passes to Hunter. Gallinari outside. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. And New York making a change here. Randall's checked in. Left side, Williams. And Harkless pulls it down. Knicks trail by 15. Deep 2 from Trier. Fernando pulls it in. Fernando's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Hunter, and Gibson sends it back.
Taj Gibson doing a good job of just getting the hands up, and then the instincts come into play with the block.
Down low, here's Rose. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Rose has got 8.
Now, there are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
It's Young on the wing. He's covered by Rose. Shot's good from Young.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And with the Knicks rebuilding their roster this summer, there is hope in the air.
Well, 2 big swings they were hopeful to take. One was at the draft and ending up getting the 2nd overall pick in R.J. Barrett. Certainly points the team in the right direction. The second one was in free agency. And unfortunately for the New York Knicks, again, a bit of a swing and a miss. So we'll see if through some youth and maybe some flexible contracts, the Knicks can find a way to finally construct something in Gotham.
Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. Barrett's checked in for New York. And so it's New York with it. 15-point game. Outside Gibson. He kicks to Rose. Young with the steal. Gallinari with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Gallinari attacking. Count it. Gallinari's got his second bucket tonight.
What focus from the big Italian forward out there. Gallinari is used to having to overcome a lot of physical defense.
Williams against Rose. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Now here's Williams. Teardrop shot. Not going to go that time.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Here's Young, following the score by Derrick Rose. Pass to Williams. Over Barrett. Again, the Hawks score.
Well, this is what gets his teammates going. The veteran Williams shaking and making the defense work.
Here's Rose. Trying to get open is Gibson. Derrick Rose again. Rose has got 8 points in the quarter.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And Young kicks to Hunter. Gallinari outside. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Clock at 6. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Just barely too late, and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Hunter, and it's Bogdanovich in for Young. Here's Rose. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league.
The first free throw is good.
This Hawks team built around youth, and probably the most attention-getting younger player is Trae Young. What an unbelievable second half to his rookie season, almost challenging Luka Doncic for the Rookie of the Year. Trae Young, an incredible shooter, but plays with a tremendous amount of confidence, and we'll see how far that confidence can take this young core as they continue to grow under their young coach, Lloyd Pierce.
And the question for Young now, can he reach the level Curry has?
I think that question is just completely misplaced. We're going to just try to let Trae Young be the best version of himself. He reminds you of Steph Curry, but those accomplishments are I think, a little bit out of reach, Kevin. Trae Young does have in front of him an unbelievable opportunity here in Atlanta to become and push his potential as far as he wants it to go.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
From 15 feet away, passes to Harkless. Here's Barrett, takes the three. Rebound by the Hawks. Gallinari's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Huerter. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
The glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
And the pass to Gallinari. From deep. It's rebounded by Barrett. Barrett's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Now here's Williams. 5 points in the game. Here's Huerter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Huerter showed some great progress in his first year, and now showing how much more comfortable he is.
It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops.
Kevin Herter's favorite player growing up was Dwayne Wade, and that's why he wears the number 3.
John Collins, he's checked in for Gallinari. He hits both from the stripe. 29 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Rose. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Rose has got 18 points.
And that's a shot you almost have to concede to Rose. You can't stop everything, and protecting the rim has got to come first.
Now Williams. He's got 5. One second left. It's not going to go for him. And that concludes the first half. Hawks ahead, up by 15. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We saw Trae Young lighting it up in the first half. He ended up with 26 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. After a subpar performance in their previous contest, he has come on strong tonight. His first half, sensational. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
More spectacular play by Trae Young. It's not just the skill set, it's the instincts of the game. Makes quick reads, and he's decisive.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And New York, looking at who they've got, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Derrick Rose is out there with Barrett, and it's Harkless in its small forward.
Well, some people looking at Atlanta and their situation in terms of the rebuild and wondering what direction they would go. They've made some pretty solid picks. Got John Collins at the 19th pick as a foundation piece, and then obviously drafting Trae Young and Kevin Herter, relying on shooting on the perimeter, and things moving along swiftly in Atlanta.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. And John Collins, Brent, falling that late in the first round shows you how deep that draft was.
Now, some people thought it was going to be a slow rebuild in Atlanta. They've made some pretty good picks, grabbing Collins, as you mentioned, and then last year picking up Trae Young and Kevin Herter in the draft and relying on some shooting. That number 19 has been pretty lucky so far for the Atlanta Hawks.
Now here's Rose. Here's Randall. Collins with some nice D.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Inside, here's Young. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And Trae Young looking like one of those young players who on a nightly basis gives you something you haven't seen before.
Randall no good.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much.
Well, there it is. 0 of 3 to start the half, and finally something finds its way through the net. An expanding offensive game for Julius Randle, as the first few years he was driving in with his head down and not able to finish around taller players on the interior part of defenses. But last year, tremendous finisher, added some three-point shooting, and was much better from the mid-range. He becomes a bit of a matchup nightmare if he's got all 3 of those things working.
That free throw good from Randall. And Brett, the blend of strength, agility, and speed makes Randall a handful when he's going downhill.
He's dangerous around the rim, Kevin, and if he's got a live dribble where he's caught the ball around the elbow or the top of the key and could put the ball down on the deck and get up to speed, he becomes tough to guard. Be really interesting if the Knicks can explore him in some transition opportunities, getting out on the break where he might be able to rebound and push it out, a la a Draymond Green type of play.
Here's Rose. That shot off, so the Hawks will take it the other way. Young, right side, to the inside. Harkless with the steal. Randall against Collins, and finished off by Robinson.
The man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
Here's Young, and he banks in the layup. Young's got 32 points in the game.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
He can't hit that time. Good D by Bogdanovich. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Capella inside, Robinson on him, and it's Capella missing. Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall. The Hawks leading by 18. And Young kicks to Collins. Lobbed up there for Collins. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, that connection with Collins, that's an impressive play and very, very high percentage.
Young against Rose. From 13. Another shot. And Capella sends it back. They get it back.
Well, Randall can hold his own down on the inside with that physical frame, Kevin.
The Knicks shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
That free throw good from Randall. A big man who was forgotten about during free agency. Randall could be an impact player for the Knicks.
And Knicks missed out on the marquee names they were after, but Randall should give them great production for quite some time. Not a huge name, but a young talent that can help this team.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. 6 points for him. Here's Young. The layup missed. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the New York Knicks. They trail by 18. dishes it to Robinson. They get it again. He's good with the little jumper in close. Robinson's got 4 this quarter.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Rose with the double team. In the corner, it's Hunter. From downtown, the Knicks pull it in.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for him.
Barrett, no good.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Knicks trail by 16. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Randall with a great effort there, up and athletic and at the rim.
Young against Rose. Unloads from 9. And Young with the nice bucket inside. Young's got 34 points.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And the Hawks with possession here. The Knicks making the shot, and he gets it back. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Young's got 10 points here in the second half. Now here's Rose. 18 points for him. The 19-foot shot. Rebound, Atlanta. Capella's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Lobbed up there for Collins. And finished off by Collins.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
For the Knicks, Portis, he's checked in for Julius Randle, and it's Elfrid Payton in for Maurice Harkless. On defense, Atlanta. Robinson dishes to Barrett. Payton passes to Rose. New York moving the ball around. Barrett misses off the right iron.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Robinson with the block. Here's Barrett. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Now that's a shot right there he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't hit.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Trae Young showing off his finishing ability on the inside.
Noel's checked in for the Knicks. The Hawks have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Well, the big story from the Knicks last season was the surprise trade that sent Porzingis to Dallas. Shook up the entire roster.
Well, never easy to trade a franchise player, but there was some rumblings that maybe Porzingis was not going to stay there long term, and a surprise deal made last year as Porzingis exited New York for Dallas. So the next opportunity for them was draft and free agency, and to try to get as flexible as they possibly could be for the next few years.
The Knicks have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
Got it. Good job in the low post. Young's got 41.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
Here's Payton, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, Elfrid Payton, this has got to be a big boost of confidence when he can go inside and still score through the trees.
Outside Collins. He dishes it to Young. High arcing shot, And the layup is good. Young's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Rose. He's got 18, and that one good.
And Rose playing a big role offensively. He's got to be a focal point of your defensive scouting report. No doubt he can hurt you.
Young against Payton. And Young kicks to Hunter. Outside Collins. Pass to Hunter. Looking to end his cold spell. He lays it in. Hunter's got his second bucket of the night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to Noel. And Trey Young gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Atlanta making some changes. Gallinari, he's checked in for Hunter, and it's Williams in for Bogdanovich. New York calls timeout.
No, he's just a great finisher on the inside. John Collins, one of the game's better dunkers.
Williams against Rose. Floats one up, and the layup is up and in. Rose has got 22. And you pair Collins with a passer like Trey Young? Look out.
Yeah, you get him the ball around that launch point where he can get his feet together, and Trey can pretty much throw it anywhere. Collins last year a top 20 player in field goal percentage as a roll man in pick and roll situations.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
And here is Noel. He has 6. And there's Rose on the assist by Noel. 24 points for Derrick Rose.
And Rose continuing to hone that jump shot. That's where he can take his game to the next level.
Shots good from Young.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Rose. 24 points for him. It's good.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
The Hawks leading by 21. Williams up on top. He's covered by Rose. Williams attacking. That one doesn't drop. Nice D from Rose. And so it's Rose bringing it up for New York. Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
Young against Payton. And good. He hits it again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Rose passes to Noel. 1:58 left in the third quarter. Payton attacking. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And Young kicks to Capella. Back to Young. He got it again. Sensational.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Collins. Out to Payton. The 3. Rebound Atlanta.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Here's Rose. Gallinari making his last shot beyond the arc. Payton can't get that one to fall. Collins against Portis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
Kevin Herter, he's checked in for Atlanta. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And in his rookie season, Kevin Herter out of Maryland taking his time and finding his spots.
Yeah, after his sophomore year in Maryland, Kevin felt like he was ready for the NBA, and I think Travis Schlenk, the general manager of the Hawks, looking at shooting as something he wanted to build on coming from the Golden State Warriors. He got a great shooter in Herter.
That one good for 2. And that's 28 points for Derrick Rose.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Gallinari surveying the D. And finished off by Collins.
Solid night so far. Confidence rising in this game.
17 seconds left to play in the third.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Capella sends it back. The 3. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Atlanta Hawks, going on an absolute rampage. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Williams, Labissiere out there with Collins, and it's Herter in a 2-guard. So that's the Hawks 5. Passes it to Williams. Back to Collins. Payton on the double team. The Hawks working the ball around. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Herter. The rebound by Gibson.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Payton looking around. And Gibson now atop the key. Now the pass to Trier. And that's good for 2. Trier's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Knicks.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Pass to Williams. A 3-ball. The shot comes out. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Here's Trier. Rebound Atlanta. Collins has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Labissiere's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, good timing there from Scal. Good at out-hustling the defenders to get on the glass.
Pass to Trier. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got 4 assists now tonight.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Williams. And hits one. Maybe he's ready to get back on track.
Delicate with the floater there up over the top. It's like Lou Williams has shot that one before, Kevin.
Payton up top. He's guarded by Williams. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Lou Williams. And 5 straight triple-doubles last season for Elfrid Payton, showing his all-around impact.
Amazing with his size and athleticism at the point guard position that he has that kind of versatility. That's some lofty company. I mean, 5 straight triple-doubles. What an amazing run by EP.
Carter, he's checked in for John Collins. And a switcher also for New York. Randall's checked in. Carter looking around. Back to Labissiere. And Labissiere throws it down.
Yeah, Labissiere's arms just seem to go on forever, which is why dunking just, it looks so easy.
Payton against Williams. Here's Trier. Rebounded by the Hawks. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Herter. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for Ntilikina. He's checked in for Alfred Payton. And so he makes both from the line. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Here's Ntilikina. Passes to Randall. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Labissiere.
Well, he goes in there, and you're worried about getting bumped if you're a defender by Julius Randle, not the other way around. So physical.
That free throw good from Randall.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Carter outside. Williams finds Labissiere. Williams with the ball. The pass to Fernando. Now here's Labissiere. Shot clock at 5. Williams for 3. He doesn't hit that one. And New York will come the other way. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And it's Williams with the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Trier. Takes a shot at the elbow. Fernando pulls it in. Fernando's got 8 rebounds in this game. Carter, the pass to Labissiere. Back to Williams. Launches it. The Hawks again can't hit.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Here's Dotson. It's rebounded by Labissiere. Outside Williams. Carter outside. It's rebounded by New York. Randall's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Ntilikina. Back to Randall.
7th pick in the 2014 NBA draft. The interesting thing about Randall is he falls into that category as a tweener. Maybe not a 3-man or a 4-man, but over the course of his career, he's decided to improve his outside shooting, become a threat driving to the basket, and now finding a home offensively in the NBA. You wonder how much further he can go. If he could expand to the 3-point line, Julius Randle's going to be in this league for a long time.
And the Hawks making a change here. Reddish is checked in, and the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Here's Labissiere. Carter with it. Over in the corner, Reddish. Trying to end the drought. The Hawks again can't hit. The Knicks have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. And it's in there. And it's 13 points for Julius Randle.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Herter passes to Reddish. Great D that time from Gibson. For New York, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ntilikina, defended by Labissiere. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
All the talk about Ntilikina coming into the league is that he was an unpolished offensive player, but defensively could get after it and guard the 1, 2, and possibly 3 position. But now it's about him stepping up offensive production.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
Well, it's been an up-and-down start to his career, but we do know that Frank Ntilikina can play defense.
Interesting to see how it is he progresses in terms of his offensive game. Feels like the league is tending to lean more, Kevin. If you had a decision between a defensive player and an offensive player, it's going the offensive player's way. So Ntilikina is going to have to step up, show that he's improved his shooting range, and then get consistent minutes on the floor.
Pass to Labissiere. Over Randall. Labissiere, no good. The Knicks shooting not great, 40% for the game. Randall kicks to Dotson. Pass to Ntilikina. Floats it up for Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Randall getting up there, explosive vertically on that play with great timing.
The pass to Dedmon. Here's Reddish. That shot is off. And New York the other way now.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Atlanta leading by 21. Herter passes to Labissiere. Here's Reddish. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor, shoots the 3 well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up, really 1 through 5.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Gallinari comes in for Labissiere. Hunter's checked in for Vince Carter. And Trae Young subbed in for Kevin Herter. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Reese Harkless comes in for Damian Dotson. Barrett's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Frank Ntilikina. 2 points, that one goes. And that's now 30 points for Rose.
And, you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them trying to will this team to victory.
Pass to Capella. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Six to shoot. Gallinari wide open. The Hawks again can't hit.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Barrett. Rebound by the Hawks. Young taking his time here. Unloads from 9. Count it. Young's got 54 points.
Trae Young does not need much time or space.
The Knicks have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Here's Rose. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the foul. This goes against Atlanta. Down the first one.
And Derrick Rose, the former #1 overall pick in 08, one of the most athletically gifted point guards the league has ever seen.
Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for the Hawks. He's perfect from the line this time. The Hawks leading by 21. And Young kicks to Bogdanovich. Back to Young. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 6 assists now in the game. The Knicks shooting around 41% on the night. Young with the steal. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Young's got 58.
Great hands by Trae Young, and his passing abilities sparked the fast break.
Rose against Young. Rose scanning the floor. Pass to Robinson. Now Barrett. Just 5 on the clock. Over Bogdanovich. Barrett, no good. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. With the teardrop. Good, he hits again. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Rose kicks to Robinson. Passes it to Randall. Got a hand on it. Now Young. Gallinari outside. And there's the pass to Capella. Bogdanovich with it. And Robinson comes to help. Young passes to Capella. He gets it in there.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Here's Rose. And nothing is falling for him right now. Atlanta's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Young outside. Pass to Capella. 1:27 left to play here in the fourth. No good.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hawks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Trae Young.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul. Well, comparisons to Steph Curry, unfair for Trae Young, and they're quieting. His shooting percentages in year one leave plenty of room for growth.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Capella. Labissiere comes in for Gallinari. Carter, he's checked in for Hunter. And it's Reddish in for Bogdanovich. Here's Gibson. Lays it up off the glass.
Gibson fighting through the contact and not taking no for an answer. Love that concentration.
Young passes to Dedmon. Reddish dishes to Young. Robinson with the block. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Labissiere finds Dedmon. Good on the bucket.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Here's Dotson. Hits it from three-point range. Here's Young. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And